Hi, it's Johnny from Speedy Brick, and I'm really enjoying building the Formula One series of Speed Champions cars. I've got the first four built back there. I've even got our kind of recovery truck with the 2022 Mercedes on it, which is going off to the garage to get upgraded, hopefully. But today is Aston Martin's turn. So I've got the 2024 car. We built the 2023 car last year, but this is the AMR24. It's set 77245. Looks like it is much the same as the 2023 car, which came out in 2024, which is this one. So I'll do a comparison. Unfortunately, the color is the same. So there was a lot of discussion when this car came out about the color and how it doesn't match Aston Martin's green. So it's a kind of a bit unfortunate. It's the same. And we'll have a look and see what else is the same between this set and the new one. So it'll be an interesting comparison. So we'll check that out. I'm also interested to see if there's any new parts. So far with those four, there was new parts in every single build. So will there be anything new with this one? Let's check it out. So let's open up the box and let's get building. So it is set 77245 and the box is pretty much the same as all the other sets. So let's have a look and see what we get inside. So we've got our instructions and our sticker sheet. It looks like there's 30 stickers. I'm going to have a look in the bags to see if there's anything new, but we've got 6 bags. We've got our instructions. Don't forget to scan your QR code here for your insider points. And here we've got the kind of the side by side of the two cars, and you can really see the variance in the color here, which is a bit unfortunate. I would like to see Lego try to match this color better. One of the things that's also noticeable here is how high the car is by comparison. And again, the wheels are too small compared to the car. So one day we're going to get to the point where we're going to do some mods in this car. So it'll be interesting. And I really am looking forward to comparing these two cars together. So let's start organizing the parts, see if there's anything new, and then let's get building. Just before we get started, I thought we'd look at all the new pieces and the print elements that we get with this set. There's no additional new pieces that come with this set, and of the new pieces that we've got, there is very limited selection this time. We still get the suspension element and the rear wing element, but that's kind of it. We've got, of course, the new tires, which are printed, and we've got these hubcaps, which are printed, and we've got these other 4 elements, which are printed for the car. And this is the nicest element, the 1x6. And for the minifig, we've got some stickers, some prints on the minifig as well. But what's going on here? I don't know. We'll come back to that. So anyway, I was looking at this kind of lack of prints for the car, and counting out the stickers. There's 30 on the sheet here, but it does, some of them are doubled up, so there's actually 33 stickers here. So I was having a look to see what were the total number of decorations on each car that we've built so far. So on the Mercedes, there was 33 stickers and 21 prints. On the Ferrari, there were 38 stickers and 23 prints. The Red Bull had 35 stickers and 19 prints. And the McLaren had 40 stickers. Yes, that's right, 40 stickers. And 16 prints. And this car's got 15 prints, including the hubcaps and the wheels and the minifig and everything here. And 33 stickers. So the Aston Martin is kind of the worst of them all so far. And the Ferrari has got the most decorations with 61 elements in total. And this has got a total of 48. Whereas the Mercedes and the Red Bull, 54 each. And the McLaren at 56. So this is kind of the worst from that aspect. But I just want to come back to this minifig. So we've got, last year we had a lady's head and hairpiece for this minifig. And I thought that's just not necessary. But at least it had a good print job on the torso and nothing on the legs, which was kind of disappointing, but that's what it is. This time we've got a lady with a rather unusual hairdo. It's pretty cool, actually, but there's, who's it supposed to be? Is this supposed to be Lance Stroll? I don't know. I've never seen him wear his hair like that. So, but obviously not a Formula One driver. Now you can take the hair off and put the helmet on, but the body, the torso, and the legs the legs are not printed at all, and the torso is terrible. Come on, it should be so much better. And please change this to one of the drivers. Let's have Alonso or Stroll, and let's have somebody that should be in the car, that's supposed to be in the car. My goodness. Anyway, enough of a rant about the stupid minifigs that we get with these sets. Let's get building. That's bags 1 and 2 complete. That is, there's 32 steps so far, and we've got 4 stickers applied, 2 here and 2 on the other side. And one of the things I really want to point out at this stage is how good these sets are in their parts use and the use of techniques. And so if you're learning to build these types of sets at an early age, you're going to learn a lot of really good techniques of how to get a nice shape and how to create a good structure with these types of sets. And there's quite a lot of variability between this one and the others. There's a lot of similarity as well. These bits here are very similar, of course, and this structure is very similar. But there's also new techniques coming in each time, and that's quite good. So they're quite fun to build, and I'm enjoying it. But let's get on with bags 3 and 4. That's bags 3 and 4 complete. We're up to step 55. And we've got a bunch more stickers applied. But I actually quite like the construction here on the side. And I think this looks quite good. We've even got this yellow piece there actually joining up with that line. It's perhaps a little bit unfortunate that this piece is grey instead of black, because now you see it, but it's a small thing. Quite like the bottom. It's nice and complex. Even having some variability in here is quite good. I quite like this concept through here. It's nice and fitting with the real cars, so it's good. And so far I'm quite enjoying it. I do like this shape through here. I think that's quite good. So let's get on with the rest of the build. So that's the car complete. There was 99 steps in total, which is exactly the same number as the Mercedes. And we've got a bit more variability between the other 4 cars and this one in the back wing. Front wing and this structure here is basically identical. And I suspect that all the cars will be the same here. There's some variability here. And there's quite a nice little line there you can see with these stickers here joining, and then there is a yellow piece in the back there, which is also yellow, and then that keeps joining up with the line. So that's quite nice little bit of brick build going on there. We don't have that many stickers on the set, as I pointed out before, but I think the set overall looks quite good. Perhaps this piece here is too narrow for this, or this is too wide for this. I think this perhaps should have been sleeker, and maybe the bits that are in between shouldn't be there, and it should just be tighter in on itself. And maybe this black saber just is not necessary. I'm not 100% certain how much value that adds to the design. Somebody wanted me to point out the difference between the bottom, so I'll do that. So this is the bottom of the new car, and let's compare this car to last year's Aston Martin. So let's compare the 2 cars. We've got the 2 minifigs. This one's better than that one. That helmet's better than that helmet. Maybe. I don't actually quite like that helmet. But coming to the cars, we can compare the kind of the straight differences. This is a bigger car. It's not much longer, but it is longer. I think it's 1.5 studs or maybe 2 studs longer. Let's start at the front. So the front wing element's exactly the same, apart from this 1x6 curve slope versus a straight slope. I think this looks better. This curve slope looks better. This is obviously a big improvement over this, although I do quite like this idea of building a kind of a brick built approach. I quite like that. This idea here was quite good, but I do prefer this kind of sawtooth, which is more accurate to the new cars, and the halo and the wing mirrors. It's basically the same. I did quite like this design through here. I thought that was quite good. You get this airflow through there. You got lots of complex curves, and I thought that was quite good. But this is genuinely better, and I like the floor better as well. I think when you compare the two, we've both got upside down elements involved, and I quite like the structure through here. But I think this taking the floor all the way through is better, and I like it's more fun to build because there's more stuff going on. There's more technically it's better apart from this bit, of course, but technically this is better. At the back end here, there's lots of elements that are the same. So these are actually the same pieces. This structure is basically the same. They've even got the same stickers effectively on them. The back wing is slightly different. So here we've got this new wing element, and this is a big improvement over this smaller wing, and this back end is quite a bit nicer than this back end. This should have had the floor continuing past the wheels, but that would have meant that these would have had to change position, I guess. So I think overall this is a big improvement over that. But how does this compare to the others? A quick comparison to the McLaren. So this was the first car I built. Basically this whole front end here is exactly the same, and the halo and the wing mirror, the mirrors, they're the same. The structure here is slightly different, but not a big difference. I think they're both good from that aspect. I think this actually looks better in the front end, mainly because of the color scheme and the continuation of this green all the way through to here. So I think that looks better. On the side here, I quite like the structure of this and the way this shaping. I thought it was quite good, but this is quite flimsy in the back here, and this is certainly better, and the back end is nice. It's a little bit different in the back wing, and the structure through here is really quite good, although it's mainly the same parts. But I think I'm going to go with the Aston compared to the McLaren. So the Red Bull has been my favourite so far. So how does it compare against this year's Aston? And there is, again, a lot of similarity, even the same use of some parts. But I think the colouring and the side here looks, these side pods looks better on the Red Bull than on the Aston. And, you know, we've got this continuation of colour, so that's good. I think I'm going to go still with the Red Bull here. I think it's still the better option than the Aston Martin. And the Ferrari has got so much signage on it. As I said before, the Aston's got the least and the Ferrari's got the most. And you can really see the difference here. So the Ferrari really jumps out as being an interesting car. It's also quite an interesting build. Although I did quite like the simplicity of the Aston Martin. It's got a lot of snot techniques, and the floor is quite cool. But I think I'll go with the Ferrari, and Ferrari's now sitting in position number 2. So here again, the Mercedes wins out on the signage side, and I really like this combination of brick built and stickers. I really thought that looked pretty good, and overall, I think the Mercedes does look better. The two weaknesses that I saw with the Mercedes was this area here, where it kind of was too narrow compared to this area. We actually have the same problem with the Aston Martin. So I'm not sure if we can do anything about that, but this seems even wider here than the Aston does. So maybe the Aston's a little bit better than the Mercedes in that bit, but this bit is wider than this bit. Well, it's actually the same, but it's lower down. So that looks kind of better here. The inside of this car is cleaner than the Mercedes, but that's because we have all this complex stuff, and this element here kind of lets the Mercedes down. But I still think the Mercedes is winning over the Aston Martin. So at the moment, I'm putting it Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, Aston Martin, McLaren. So the Aston Martin, I really actually quite like the look of this car. I'm not too perturbed about the green. It would have been good to have it matching the actual green of the car, but I think it doesn't look too bad. And I really am tossing up whether the Mercedes is better than the Aston, but I think the printing on the Mercedes really wins out on the day. So what do you guys think? How would you rate the cars now that you've seen the first 5? I'm looking forward to building the next 5, of course, but love to hear your comments, and until next time, bye. Please click to subscribe for more videos and watch my build and review videos by clicking here. Thank you.